Tim Briggs here, and today I am at Kilborne Park playing disc golf. Where else would you rather be on a fall morning? The sun's peeking through the woods, the shadows, leaves gently falling to the ground. It's crisp, but not too cold. Don't let anyone tell you that disc golf is not poetic, because it is. Here I am, hole one, new hole one. Old hole one was probably the best hole on the course, the signature hole. This is kind of a temporary hole. It's still fun to play. Just a wide open shot, sneaking in the woods here, and here's a tester to begin the round, and I make it. Uh-oh, Kilborne, don't let me get hot putting. Uh-oh, player A and B, Mario and Luigi, feeling it today. Hole two. Not feeling this shot. This is actually one of the easier shots in the course for me as a forehand player. But here's where you can tell I haven't played disc golf much in the last few months, because I just shanked this thing nose up, inside. Whew, I would never throw a shot that bad on this hole usually. And I just got to pitch up and take my par. And I do on to hole three. Just a fun hole. One of my favorite holes in the course. Placement shot. You want to get a shot going to the left. You just want to stay in the fairway. Your approach shot is going to be somewhat difficult no matter where you go. Don't need to worry about too much distance. And I just throw my backhand out there, play a little bit of a skip, and it is right in the middle of the fairway. Opted for another backhand on my approach shot. There's a gap there. It's just a little bit larger. And this was one of my worst backhands of the day. Just nose up, too high. Still penetrated through the gap, gave me a circle two putt for birdie, and I just didn't commit to this. You know, it was there for the taking, and I just didn't want it. So I'll take my par on hole three, move on to hole four. This is just where Kilborne's at its best. In the woods, generous fairways. You got a forehand line, backhand line, dealer's choice. I really considered the backhand line for a long time. That's, I think, a sign that my disc golf game has progressed. But I decided to go with a forehand, and you're going to see the rust here again because just nose up, not much power, not good. Not good. So I thought, just for funsies, I'll throw a backhand, and, well, I should have played a backhand as my first shot because that thing was parked, as you're going to see in a moment. Here's my first shot, though. Gave that a good run. Here's where that backhand drive landed. I'll take a par. Hole five. Here's the tee sign. Just great work by the Charlotte Disc Golf Club with these new tee signs. This is probably more of like a 320 hole. Beautiful hole. Great forehand hole. You could still throw a backhand if you wanted to. But it's just open off to the left. You want to throw something, you know, I'm throwing something overstable here, trying to play a skip to the basket. You can see the basket right there in front of you. Beautiful hole. I've got my photon, going to put it on a little bit of a Anheuser angle, try to skip it up there. Should have just got a little bit more on that, but still got a good skip, got a good roll, put it into circle one, which I would take that shot every time. And so here's about a, 24-foot birdie putt. Got it. Mario's feeling it today. Luigi feeling it today. 2 down through 5, I'll take it. I don't typically score well at Kilborne, but today maybe a different story. We'll see. Hole 6. This is a tug. This is like a 360 kind of shot. I didn't have my 13-speed disc, throwing my 11-speed photon. Not bad. Not enough power to really threaten the hole, but a makeable circle two putt. There was some branches up high that I was worried about, and I threw that just a little low. Boy, if I could have just got another foot on that, 2 feet, that'd have been great. Hole 7, forehand player's dream, dog leg to the right. It is actually hard to get it all the way to the basket, hard to park this, but if you throw a good shot, should get you in circle one. I've got my motion overstable 9-speed. I like the low skipper. Some people like to play a high stall shot. I like the low skipper. It is just a picturesque hole, though. And I throw my motion and almost slip. A lesser man would have fallen, but not me. Skipped it right up there into circle 1. Very good shot. 20-foot putt here, a little bit downhill for my birdie. Maybe this is where the putting will stop, folks. Maybe the streak will end here. Let's see what Mario has to say about that. Mario says, not today. Not this hole. Luigi says, I'm right there with you. 3 down, 3-7. Hole 8's a shorty, like 210. I like to play a low skipper with a higher speed disc. This is a 9-speed disc. Playing the skip. Got a little bit more air than I wanted. A little shorter than I wanted. But still, it's up there for a putt. And I'm putting the putters to the test again. About a 25-footer. Mario says, thank you very much. And Luigi says, I will follow you wherever you go, Mario. 4 under. I unfortunately missed the next hole. Hole 9 was another short hole. It's a fun hole. Difficult shot. And I just forget about it sometimes. And I forgot about it today. Didn't even think about it until after the round. Hole 10, it's a tug. It's like a 360 kind of shot. Dogleg right. A lot of trees in the way. I hit a tree there. Wish I could have got through there. Would have given me maybe a putt. I'm just throwing an approach shot here and got a little frisky with it. A little frisky. That'd been fun. But as it is, I'll take my par and move on to the next hole. This next hole here is a hole that I have aced before. Hole 11. I aced it as my first ace with a Wraith. I'm throwing a Photon today. I was in between kind of a 9 and 11 speed, and I just babied this Photon, and then a tree punished me. Here I am on my second shot, throwing my motion, and this is how you throw this hole. Threw that a little wide, but got the skip easily into circle 1. As it was, I have to play my first shot, and this is a circle 2 putt, and boy, that felt good. And just did not want to go to its home for whatever reason. On to hole 12. Tough shot. You need about 430 feet of power to get this one in circle 1. I'm not even trying that. I just want to aim for that clump of trees in the middle, have it go off to the right for a nice easy upshot, and that's what I do. Would have liked to get a little bit more on it, but here I am just outside of jump putt range, and these are the tough shots for me right now. About 110 feet. Backhand putter approach shots. Threw a great line. Just long. Just juiced it. Gave myself a very uncomfortable, 27-foot par putt. And certainly this is probably where the putting will end. No, it will not. It will not end here. Mario and Luigi say, no, not today. We'll take our par save on hole 12. Hole 13, backhand. You could throw a forehand. I throw a forehand sometimes on this. Down the tunnel, to the left. This one just hugged the edge of the fairway all the way down, and it hit the last tree. I would have liked to see what would happen if it didn't hit that last tree. Here's my second shot with a trail, and that's the line. You throw it down there and play the skip. That was parked, but got to play the first one here, and it was in not a good spot. Just had to throw a little forehand upshot to the basket. You can see here, though, where my second shot landed. Hole 14, another good forehand hole. 330, I think. Downhill, but then uphill at the end. Very difficult to park this with the shape, but is, relatively possible to get it into circle 1 for me. Throw a good shot. And it just nicked this tree and then died. No ground play. I was really bummed by that because that should have been a circle 1 putt. Still have a makeable circle 2 putt. Got a little bit of a backstop with that hill. Wanted this one. Wanted it. Not bad. Good height. Just needed a little more. A little bit more. Hole 15. Difficult shot. Maybe 320. But because this hill is right there, you have to throw the disc nose up a little bit, whether you're throwing backhand or forehand. I'm throwing a tough line here. I'm trying to play a forehand flex. Threw that pretty good. And it hits the tree that you need to miss. And it gives me another one of these 110-foot backhand putter upshots, and just juice that thing again. Good line, but 30 feet behind the basket. Then I took out a disc. It's called an Armadillo, made by Lone Star, a 1-speed disc. Here's just a recommendation for you. Just find a disc every few months that you like to throw just for funsies. Even if it doesn't help your game, I just would pull this out a few times. It's kind of a point and shoot kind of disc, and give it a little bit of a run there. It's fun to throw. Disc golf is fun. But here I am, 30 feet to save par, tough putt. Mario says, I've got it. Luigi's like, I'm right there with you, buddy. Right there with you. Putting was good today. Disc golf's fun when you can putt, let me tell you. It is fun. Hole 15's done. Hole 16. This would be a really fun birdie. I don't think I've ever birdied this. I don't know, 340 uphill, probably plays like 380, maybe like 400. I'm throwing an overstable flex forehand. Not bad shot here. I thought I had more juice in there, but a good line. It was a little bit closer than I thought. This is something I could make. It's like 90 feet uphill. And I shorted it just a little bit, hit the tree, bad roll. 28 foot, 29 foot putt for par. And you know what? The streak had to come to an end at some point. That was still a good putt. I felt good about that putt. I don't feel bad about it. My only bogey of the day. Luigi's like, sorry, Mario, if you're going to bogey, I'm bogeying too. Everyone's bogeying. That's a bummer. On to hole 17, par 4, kind of has a serpentine sort of shape to it. I love the forehand flex on this hole. Not a bad shape. I just needed to get on top of it a little bit more. As it were, it just burned out to the right, and I just didn't have a line. This may have been my best shot of the day here, though. Kind of a nose-up flex forehand with a neutral disc. That was so much better than I anticipated, and it gave me a birdie. Got back on the birdie train, back on making putt train. There is a hole 18 here that I skipped purposefully. I don't like the hole. That's why I skipped it. So I'm on to hole 19. Only played 17 holes today, which is a bummer. This is like 320. You got to throw it down the chute there, get it finishing left. I threw a pretty good shot. Just a low. It was just a little bit low. It needed to be about 3 feet higher, but good shape. Good shape on my backhand. Finishing up with a circle 2 putt, shallow putt. Sometimes you step up to a putt and you just say to yourself, I'm going to make this. I just know I'm going to make it. I feel good about this. I'm going to make this putt. And I stepped up to this, and I did. I made it. 5 under. One of my best rounds at Kilborne. Again, I don't score well at this course. Disc golf is fun when you putt well. It's fun when you play well. It's just fun, though, in general, especially when you're playing in these conditions at a park like this. Go play some disc golf.